Hello and welcome to Angel Message Monday for the week after a really beautiful, lovely, well-intended new moon in Taurus. I hope that the new moon in Taurus found you at peace and calm, maybe settled after a little bit of a wild card of an eclipse that we had. But either way, I absolutely know that this last new moon that we had is really opening up a cycle for new opportunity. There's so much going on in our life that I'm sure I'm going to share more about in the upcoming weeks and on social and all of the things. But one of the things I am really delighted about for our new opportunity is this little gem right here. This is Root Chakra. I love, love, love this book. I love this series. This is by one of my most loved and trusted mentors, Cindy Dale, and she has invited other authors to contribute, and I'm really honored to be a part of this. And so I want to use it as bibliomancy today and encourage you, especially it is a time of new opportunity and change. So if you are having any hesitation at all because you don't feel safe, this root chakra support, it'll be great. So we're going to use that today. We're going to use it today. So go ahead and choose 1, 2, or 3. Think about the big changes you have for this next new, well, no, it's already here, but the big changes that you have for the moon cycle. Full disclosure, I'm in it today. I always dress according to the moon cycle and the moon color that I'm in. And we are in new moon in Taurus as I record this, but we won't be by the time you watch this. So by the time you watch this, we're going to be in a beautiful phase working up to the first quarter moon Saturday for big action. So choose 1, 2, or 3. If you're choosing position 1, you get the 9 of fire. Excellent. So you're choosing position 1. This is your time. You absolutely have got this. There's likely a brand new beginning that's here, but if you're choosing this position, I'm going to say there might be some dense things that you need to just let go of once and for all. Know that you are safe and have courage. Let's see what comes up for you in bibliomancy. Of the psyche and the soul. All right, let's see what comes to you for this. For most of our ancestors, the words they used for psyche also meant soul. So psychology is actually the knowledge or study of the soul. Nowhere is the idea truer than when we become educated about the chakras. So it talks about in this chapter, we're going to go into various psychological and spiritual facets of the root or the earth star, and then really learn about the powerful effects that the emotional well-being kind of has, how it's all integrated. So if I go, there's one part, because I just read this, it's a chakra activation. And if you get this book, I'd love for you to go to page 51 for the chakra activation. And where my eye goes is if you are greeted with warmth, love, and nourishment, your first chakra will hold beliefs such as life is safe. It's good to be myself. And then if the opposite occurs, your foundational beliefs will be destructive. Examples, the world is dangerous. Life is a struggle. So working with that, how can you, really come into more of the life is safe? It's good to be myself. I'm safe to move forward. And maybe working with, again, if you get the book, look at page 51, but maybe working with a lot of those affirmations as you're working through feeling safer. And that's the 9 of fire. You have, it takes courage, but you can do it. Okay. And then position number 2, I'm seeing an S. So you get the Knight of Earth. And I love this card. It feels like a hello from heaven always to me. So if you have a loved one in heaven, it's a really, really loving card. It says on the card, guardian angel. So I'm always connected with heavenly activation. But this is also a card that says, listen, you got to do what you got to do. And the time is now. So let's move forward. It is worth fighting for. You got to do what you got to do in the physical world. Get grounded. You're safe to do what you got to do. But if you made a commitment to yourself, to your soul, it's time to do it. Move forward. And the chapter we open to is, this is so interesting. This is my part of the book. That's so interesting. So part of where I contribute is I share about colors and shapes in the book. And where my eye goes to is 2 shapes that you might want to use and activate. One is the cross. The benefits or nourishment represents archetypal man in relationships, faith, and trust. And visually, X marks the spot. Trust that you are being intuitively guided to your personal treasures. And then the rectangle, and also when the cross is overused, it could be blame or victimhood. And then the rectangle, physicality, security, stability. When you aren't feeling safe and secure, use rectangles to activate more solidity and safety associated with the wood element, growth, expansion, vitality, and motion. Visually, you can picture a door to walk through, which I love for this moon. And when it's overused, there can be some anger, resistance, and stuckness. Cool. So that is if you're choosing position number 2. And finally, position number 3 is the High Priestess. I love this one. The High Priestess is, you know what, when she's born, she stays in the temple. Everybody comes to her. She doesn't have to go after and do too much. My advice for you right now is to have patience, listen to your intuition, find your X that marks the spot, and really, really think about what it is that you truly want. If people come to you for advice and they ask you, please give it. But also, this card can come up too when sometimes we offer advice and it's not necessarily warranted or wanted. So I always try to ask my friends, like, is this helpful? Do you want my advice? And then with my close girlfriends, sometimes I just give them advice and then I have to say, oops, wait, did you want that? So that's the High Priestess, but definitely a time to come in connection with spirit and listen to yourself. And then finally, I'm going to open up and do some bibliomancy. Patchouli essential oil being very good for the root. The affirmation that goes with it is, I am self-motivated to be productive. My tasks and creative projects are completed with ease. I'm a caretaker of the earth, and I take time to enjoy nature. Beautiful. So check it out. Root chakra. I love it. Your first energy center, simplified and applied. And it's so easy. I mean, look at this little thing. It's just so awesome. And guess what? There is more of this to come in the next year, I'm sure, because we're not just doing the root chakra. The dogs agree. I'm going to let that happen. Okay, I'm sending you so much love. Have a good week. Bye.